Yeah, I'm basically too
Hopefully
fat.
people don't talk. And you can move around, and if you feel you need to zoom in on something, you do that, but keep us in focus.
Okay,
No,
you
right?
got it.
Recording?
Recording.
Perfect. Well, let me put this on.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here with me today. I have a special video for you guys because we're gonna talk about your speakers. We're gonna talk about what's new for Soulution, and of course, we're gonna talk about what's new for Critical Mass. So, thank you for having me here,
Hey,
Florian.
Jay, very welcome. Nice to see you again.
First of all, I gotta say this, okay? This is the first time I hear Soulution with your speaker, okay? I've heard it with different amplifiers at Exponent and I believe Florida Audio, okay? And I gotta say, I love the synergy. I love what I'm hearing with Soulution and your brand, okay? Which, by the way, I've been approached a lot. And people keep saying, did you see Apogee Reborn? And I said, yes. So there is a lot of that. And I told you earlier today, Back to the Future, right? That's kind of what I call the speakers. And I think it's a great way of, and basically telling everyone that in reality, there is a lot of excitement about what you've built because you're essentially bringing something back from the dead, something that's very precious for many of you guys who have owned Apogees, right? There are still many of you who love what that speaker did and still does in many homes, but you managed to do something that was unthinkable. You managed to not only, I know you've been working with Apogee and
A long time,
right,
yeah.
a long time, so you know the speaker
20 years.
like the back of your hand.
Yes, absolutely.
So you improved in that design. I would love for you to talk us through what you have built here, which model are we listening to,
Sure.
and take it from there.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jay. Yeah, so this is the model Auditorium. This is currently our largest one. We have 3 models right now. Next year we will make a larger version of this. So it's very similar to an Apogee full range in many respects, but the panel is actually derived from an Apogee Grand. It has neodymium class 50 magnets, so you have about 20 times the magnetic force as an original Apogee. And it really helps on the control, the dynamics, the resolution. The base panel here is double-sided, so it's actually a composite of aluminum, kapton, and aluminum, which makes it very easy to drive. The base is actually 9 ohms, the mid-range is 4 ohms, and the treble is 3.5 ohms, and it never drops below that, which makes it very easy for an amplifier also to control. Yeah, it's about 450 pounds for American viewers per side. That's because
Oh wow,
it's heavy, yeah.
it's heavy. But it also talks about the construction of the speaker, the magnets you're using, which you were telling me are incredible magnets, really dense, really heavy magnets. So
Absolutely. There are 478 neodymium magnets in the speaker. And they're not only glued in, they're also held in place by an aluminum substructure, and there's an aluminum frame all around it, so the speaker really is very rigid and it doesn't have any flex. We have our outboard crossover, some unique features
yes,
there.
if we can take a look here, cameraman, let's showcase what he has built.
Yes, so we also have an open one back there, you can see. So we make our own carbonite foil resistors, which are passively cooled. We use Johnson superior capacitors. And for the audiophile community, we prefer the sound of the pure copper wound inductors, and that's why we don't use foil inductors. So that's a very specific choice for us for sound reasons. The entire circuitry is from copper foil cables, also used to connect the speakers, and it's also used internally for the connection to all of the drivers. Yeah, for this very special occasion, we of course we partner up with really great companies like Soulution, Critical Mass, Vivair, and just for the viewers, I was so impressed with Soulution. I also switched my entire home system, my private system, to full Soulution electronics because I just think it's a wonderful match. You have the high bandwidth, the speed, the control, the neutralness in the sound.
No doubt, yeah.
So absolutely love it. We use Critical Mass feet on our speakers.
I see that.
They improve the sound stage, the bass definition, and we will also work in the future with Joe and try to find very great combinations for future product releases as well. And yeah, last but not least, the Vivair Turntable, the designer here is also with us, Kurt.
Great.
It's truly an engineering marvel, and if you get a chance to check out the explosive drawings and CAD files, you should definitely have a look at that. Kurt has a very cool folder about that.
All right. Well, I definitely like what I'm hearing, and I think it's about system matching. There's no question in my mind that critical mass solution and the Swiss-made turntable. I don't want to kill the name, but the
Bear.
okay. So, but there's got to be some comedy in the videos. I got to make them fun, okay? Because it's about enjoyment, and I love how this show is bringing us all together. Because that's what this is about. This is not about picking fights or arguing. This is about enjoying what this is about. I am so blessed to be here sharing with a lot of you guys at this show, which is unlike anything else I've ever seen. Let me bring Soulution. Sarah, please. Let's talk about, this is your opportunity to
I will
give my audience.
I will just do one thing.
Yes.
It will unstress the
See,
cartridge.
I would have left it. I would have left it because it's just.
Well, Soulution here with two new products at the show. It's the 757, the Emphasis preamplifier, as well together with the 727 line preamplifier, which we showcase here. The complete system, of course, consists also of the 760 DAC as a digital source, and then two 511s, power amps as in monoblock configuration. But the two new products are, of course, new 7 series, the Emphasis Pre, and the Line Stage Pre.
One of the things I've said in 2021 was that I felt the best preamplifier I had owned up until that point was the 725. Actually, for me, that was a revelation, thanks to Mike, who told me about it, and I didn't want to listen to him until I bought it, and I couldn't believe, the clarity, the grip, the separation, the nuance of that preamp, and only one chassis. That's what was very surprising. I typically end up with a lot of chassis in my lab, which is why it's called a lab. There's a disaster all the time with many different wires everywhere, but I love the fact that you kept a very simplistic approach. One chassis is doing all the work, it's all isolated, feels really well, and I love, for the love of God, I love the fact that they use crates for their stuff, not crappy boxes that you can buy at Walmart, please.
Yeah, it's for the crate.
It's so important. Things get damaged, especially at this level, right? To make sure that the packaging is at the same standard as the component. You mentioned to me that the 727 is a whole new departure from what you did with the 725, correct?
You can imagine that when you love the 725,
Yes,
as you say here. It was quite a challenge actually to come up with something new which actually outperforms that. Not just by a little bit, but really outperforms it by a significant change in sound, but also in technical performance. So what it does here, what we achieved here is we could reduce the noise by 20 dB. That's factor 10 times smaller than what you had in the 725. That's quite a difference. Then something which is not so much regarded as a critical spec usually in high-end audio is the common mode rejection, which you can achieve on balanced inputs. We could increase that by 30 dB compared to the 725, which is a massive increase. Usually you have noisy environment in an audio system. There is not just like clean environment, it's electrical noisy. And if you have this feature, it actually brings down that whatever noise you bring into the balanced inputs, you can actually actively reduce with the electronics. That's a cool feature, right?
It is.
And even improving that over the 725 is quite cool.
So if we were to articulate as far as like those who own the 725 and they're looking to upgrade to the 727, sonically, what can they expect?
It's more definition, more soundstage. It sounds more natural, more clean, more air around instruments. So it's like getting even more of what you enjoy in the 725.
Okay.
To a level you would not expect.
What are the MSRPs of both pieces?
The line stage is retailing for 55,000 euros.
Okay.
For the just line stage, you can add an optional card, phono cartridge, or not cartridge, phono card, which retails at 9,500 euros.
Okay.
And the 757, the Emphasis preamplifier, retails at 65.
And you know what I like is you did change the aesthetics, yet you still stay true to the look and the color, which I really love. I am assuming here, so don't kill me, that we will see soon, very soon, 7 series amplification at some point down the road. I gotta believe that's in the works.
We work on that as soon as it's ready.
You will, yeah. It's
but
only natural.
We'll just, we work on that until it's ready. And then
yeah, no, of course, yeah, that's what it is. Well, thank you so much for this additional context. It's really good to see that, you know, Soulution continues to really raise the bar in many ways. And I want to make sure that this is a perfect segue. You use, is that critical mass footers that you use?
That's
Joe.
critical mass.
Of course, yes. Joe, we never had the pleasure of being on camera.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the
for being
opportunity. It's a
part.
lot of fun. It's a lot of
Yes.
fun to talk to your audience, and it's truly a pleasure for me.
So Joe, critical mass. Joe is the man who builds all these footers that absolutely change and transform systems, okay? You know, I will say this, I have had critical mass in the past, okay? But the past is behind me. It doesn't matter, I don't look back, I look forward. And I'm always flexible and I'm always open to learning new things, okay? So I'm not gonna be one of those guys that will basically disagree with you in the past and continue to feel that way about you, because I think there's an evolution process that happened. I have to keep an open mind, and I know for a fact that these speakers have changed. First of all, those footers, are those the first time that they're being under, is this the first time you guys?
Yes.
I think it's the first time we've put them on. Is that correct, Florian?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the first time we've used them,
Yeah, and tell us about them, like MSRP, tell us a little more about what you do.
Well, just in general, you know, Florian talked about all of the technology that goes into his loudspeakers.
Yeah.
And Cyril talks about all of the technology that goes into its components. My job is very simple. It's to help get the most engineering, the highest level of engineering design elements from these electronics into these loudspeakers over to the listener. So really what I need to do is disappear. All of my stuff really needs to disappear.
Got it.
So you're just really hearing the electronics.
Got it.
So there's no difference to me between the footers and the racks. They both have the same purpose.
Same job, yes. Got
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. So underneath the turntable, we have the brand new Ultra TT footers. We designed them specifically for turntables.
Okay,
They are adjustable,
got it.
but they can be used under anything. They
Okay.
can be used under the turntable. We also have them underneath the Auditorium,
Oh, wow.
just to kind of prove that they can fit anywhere.
Okay, that's great.
They're also underneath the amplifiers.
These are new, recently
Yeah.
released, or are they shipping now?
Yes, the new
Okay.
Ultra series. This is the TT, top of the line for us.
What's the current MSRP on them?
I think it's $865, I believe.
Okay, each. Okay, 865 USD
Mhm.
each. Okay, got it. It's great to see a lot of you know, what you've built, and you know, and I will say that I have gotten feedback from Soulution owners. They have tried other footers, and they go back to what you have on this
That's
product.
great.
So it does speak about what you mentioned. You know what you do, and again, the word synergistic effect has to be there. And sometimes it's not about how much money you throw at your system. That would be me. It's about how you build pieces. It's how you come together and find what works with what. You can have the most expensive system, but if your room is trash, doesn't matter. If you mismatch components, it doesn't matter. You have to know how to put together different components, okay? And I really have to make sure I bring that awareness to most of you, okay? I really would love at some point perhaps to embark
Sure.
on trying your footers again,
Sure.
and we can
Sure.
revisit
Well,
that idea.
You know, and we should talk about that. And it's a great opportunity for us to talk about this now, because what we tripped over was just the second law of thermodynamics.
Mhm.
I mean, it's very technical, and it's based on the reduction of entropy inside of the component.
Okay.
And the particular amplifiers that you were using had a really thick base plate.
Okay. Yeah, the boulders.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
yeah.
it takes a really long
Yeah,
period
they
of
are.
time.
Yeah.
And every system is different.
Sure.
And I could say to you, oh, it's gonna take 30 days. Well, it might take longer.
Sure.
So when people ask me, how long is it gonna take before they settle in, before the thermodynamic effect settles in, I just say, every system is different. So I'd love to do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's why we're doing this. 'Cause, you know,
Okay,
it's about
great.
bringing us together. This is what this is about. You know,
All right.
that's, to me, forget about that. So the rack, actually.
Oh,
we
yeah,
haven't
okay,
talked
we'll
about.
speak really briefly
Big
about
piece
this.
that we're forgetting.
All right, no, okay, so what we did is we took our Olympus, which is the top of the line for us, and then it's a dual zone 12-stage damping system. It's calculated down to thousandths and 10,000ths of an inch of damping over the entire distance, the internal distance. We took that technology, we brought it down to this level. This is our diamond. It's now the Ultra Diamond. This is our platinum. It's now the ultra platinum. These are both dual zone 12-stage damping systems. We couldn't fit the technology in the Sapphire. We made it a Sapphire 2. It's actually a dual zone 5-stage. So not quite as effective as these, but we were trying to keep some semblance of a price point of it.
Right, of course, yes.
All right, so this is a brand new design. This replaces our old QXK.
I like
It's
it.
called an Ultra Q. We tried to do something a little bit sexy, but not.
It is elegant. I was
Yeah,
gonna say that.
Not go-
Definitely.
go
I
over the top.
like where you're
Yeah.
going with this.
Yeah.
It's definitely more elegant. I love
Yeah.
that.
So this takes the same cross-member design that we have in the Olympus and the Maxim, and it brings it down to this level. Then we went up to the Maxim and we made it an Ultra Maxim or a Maxim Ultra. And that's, again, a dual zone 12-stage damping system. We didn't have that before.
Okay.
So it's effectively twice as good. I'm not saying that the performance is twice as good because physics is physics.
Yeah, right.
It's always a little bit different.
Right.
But it's definitely better. And then we went to the Olympus and made that better. So you get to that same stair step for the price that you pay, value for dollar. That hasn't changed with critical mass systems.
What's the MSRP on this current stand that we're looking at?
As you look at it, you could say, here's a stack, here's a stack. This is 15,003 retail, 15,003 retail.
Got it. Two separate. Okay.
Mhm. So
Gotcha. And
30,000
the amplifier stands?
These are our top of the line, 6,000 each.
6,000 each. Okay. Well, thank you, Joe, for allowing me to
Thank you.
talk to you about what you have going on. And these are, I'm assuming this is right now the first time you showcase this stand, or you showed it on Exponent as
We
well?
showed it at Exponent, we showed it in Florida, and I think we were down in Washington DC before that.
Got it.
So it's been, but as
Shipping
far as
out.
this is, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This is really the worldwide premiere.
Perfect. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I said it. Absolutely. Thank you again, Joe.
Thank
Much
you, sir.
appreciated.
All right.
Who's next? The Swiss-made turntable. Who wants to talk about the turntable? Just put drop a word or two. Go ahead, Cyril. Do the honor.
But Kurt has to come in. He has
Yes,
to,
absolutely.
He's
I-
not,
unfortunately,
he's not so fluent, not
when
so
it
fluent
com-
in English. That's why he's.
No, I
hesitating.
understand that, and it's not a problem. Unfortunately, I'm quite handicapped when it comes to turntables, so I need somebody with more expertise that can give us more, so that my viewers understand what we're doing.
Du sagst, ich soll dich übersetzen. Du musst nicht auf Englisch, du sagst es auf Deutsch und ich.
And don't worry, I can edit this, so I'll edit it on the video, so you can. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
Also das Grundprinzip vom Ding ist eigentlich die Entkopplung von all den einzelnen Komponenten, oder? Wo sich
I like the new that rack, Joe. I like it. It's streamlined. You know, it looks really good.
That's why it's coming home with me.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's just, I love the
He's
streamline.
serious. He's
You ready?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
ready.
1, 3, 2, 1, go.
Die Idee war von dem Plattenspieler, die verschiedenen Komponenten, Tellerlager und Tonarm zu trennen. Und dann hat man sich überlegt, ja, wie bringt man das an, dass eine feste Verbindung da ist mit so wenig Kontakt wie möglich. Und das ist gelöst über ein Kugelsystem und da berühren sich nur Kugelpunkte, also theoretisch null.
So the basic idea for the turntable was actually how to make rigid connections between the tone arm, between the platter, between the base of the turntable.
Right.
So rigid and stiff connections with as little as only mechanical contact, and this is done by a special ball bearing connection,
Okay.
which makes just contacts on the surface of these balls or these metal or ceramic balls. Rigid and very precise for as best a connection as only possible. So that's the basic idea for the turntable.
What's the current MSRP of the turntable?
Der aktuelle Wiederverkaufspreis vom Plattenspieler. 70,000 euros.
7,000 euros. Shipping now, available now.
Yes.
Great. I've always had a lot of appreciation for Swiss-made stuff. You know, I mean, it's pretty. You guys not only does it sound good, but you pay attention to the aesthetics, and to me that is getting more important. Although, and my roommate may seem otherwise, I gotta say, okay. But I am starting to pay more attention. I think coming to Europe, guys, by the way, has completely transformed me as far as how important aesthetics are. I just gave compliments to Joe from Critical Mass about the stand. I do like this new look. I like the streamlined version that I'm seeing, okay? And I'm getting more attracted to that type of product. And here at Munich, you will see so many cool designs, so many great components. I mean, it is like a kid in a candy store, which is how I feel. Anyway, guys, thank you for your time, everyone. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jay.
the support. Continue to support me, subscribe, and let's keep going. Peace.